Houston Texans fans, I don't know about you, but it feels like the tension surrounding CJ Stroud's contract status is becoming the loudest narrative of our offseason. Adam Schefter recently reported that the team is interested in locking Stroud up on an extension now, despite his rough finish to last season. This matters because it challenges the widespread belief that waiting for more evidence is the safer path for our franchise quarterback. There are really two sides to this conversation: what the insiders are hearing and why patience might actually be the smarter move for everyone. Let's dive into it. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and drop your name and city in the comments below. Let's get into it. The future of CJ Stroud in Houston has become the primary topic of conversation for Texans fans this offseason, as we weigh the merits of a massive contract extension against a more patient, wait-and-see approach. Since arriving in Houston, Stroud has been the cornerstone of our franchise, providing stability and hope under center that we have not seen in years. However, the memory of his 4-interception performance in that playoff loss against the New England Patriots still lingers for many of us, creating an understandable hesitation to lock in a massive deal before seeing another year of growth. According to Adam Schefter on the Adam Schefter podcast, it would not surprise him if the team moved to secure Stroud with a new deal sooner rather than later, noting that despite that tough playoff outing, the organization clearly wants to keep him in a Texans uniform for the long haul. Here's the thing nobody wants to say about this situation, though. While Schefter suggests a deal could be imminent, the reality is that waiting until next summer might actually protect the team and provide Stroud with the chance to prove his true worth. If he secures a contract now, he remains a star, but a deep postseason run next year could elevate his market value to even greater heights. For us as fans, seeing how he performs in his 4th season with an upgraded offensive line is the real test of whether he earns that $60 million annual price tag. We are left wondering if this hesitation to sign today is a calculated move by the front office to ensure they are investing in a proven champion, or if they are simply waiting for the right moment to make the biggest commitment in our team history. The most startling reality regarding this situation is that the Texans are essentially treating their franchise cornerstone like a prospect auditioning for a roster spot instead of a proven leader. We find ourselves in this precarious position because the organization is weighing the optics of a rough finish against the necessity of securing our future under Cal Mcnair and the vision of DeMeco Ryans. While Adam Schefter has kept the prospect of an immediate extension on the radar, the front office is clearly prioritizing a conservative approach after that 4-interception playoff loss. Here's what people are missing. This specific level of caution regarding a marquee quarterback is a departure from how many organizations have historically handled elite talent. Yet it mirrors the team's broader philosophy of earning every dollar through proven stability. With projections suggesting a new deal could climb towards $60 million per season, the Texans are likely holding firm to avoid locking in historic cap figures before seeing how the offensive line improvements manifest on the field this year. This is not just about the money. It is about verifying that the production we saw during his early tenure can be sustained when the pressure is at its absolute peak. If he secures a major payday now, he takes the risk out of the equation. But if he waits until next summer, he is effectively betting on his own capacity to lead this group on a deep postseason run. For a coaching staff that demands accountability, demanding that extra season of data is a calculated move to ensure that we are paying for a championship-caliber leader. It is a bold, high-stakes strategy that hinges entirely on whether he can elevate his performance, ensuring that our investment is truly secured for the long-term success we all desire for this team. So that is the current state of the contract conversation. Now let us examine what this really means for our organization as we look toward the future. The truth is, this matter carries significant weight because we are deciding the long-term identity of our franchise under center. Deciding whether to lock in a massive deal now or wait until 2027 impacts our salary cap flexibility for years, specifically regarding our ability to retain other key contributors across the offensive line and secondary. If we choose to wait, we maintain financial agility to bolster the roster. Yet we also risk a skyrocketing market for quarterbacks that could make a future deal even more expensive. This decision directly influences our competitive outlook against division rivals like the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans. We need to be certain that our leadership under DeMeco Ryans is backed by the stability of a proven signal caller who can carry us through the grit of a 16-game schedule and deep into the postseason. Looking ahead, our success in critical matchups will hinge on whether our quarterback plays with the consistency required to beat top-tier opponents. If he performs at a high level, he earns that payday. If he falters, the front office faces a much more difficult path forward. While some commentators like Adam Schefter suggest an early deal is possible, the smartest move for us as fans is to observe how the team performs throughout this season with the current offensive upgrades. We have the pieces in place to make a run at the Super Bowl, and a productive year will surely clarify if we are looking at a cornerstone talent deserving of $60 million annually. Patience remains our greatest asset as we navigate these complex waters, ensuring that every dollar we spend is an investment in a championship-caliber future. The strongest argument for locking C.J. Stroud into a massive extension right now is securing our franchise centerpiece before the quarterback market inevitably inflates even further. By finalizing a deal, the Texans guarantee long-term stability and show complete faith in his potential to be a perennial top-tier leader. Conversely, the clear downside is the financial risk of committing upward of $60 million annually before seeing him bounce back from that difficult 4-interception playoff loss against New England. If he underperforms next season, that capital could become a significant anchor on our roster construction. According to Adam Schefter, it would not surprise him if Houston pushes forward with an agreement, even with the public focus still fixed on that final game. While some analysts suggest a wait-and-see approach is the most prudent path, it is important to acknowledge that this narrative feels slightly overblown when considering the broader context of his career trajectory. The bottom line here is that the organization holds all the cards regarding the timeline. My honest take here is that waiting until next summer is actually the smarter move for both sides, as it allows us to evaluate his growth behind an improved offensive line while giving Stroud a chance to increase his own leverage with a deep postseason run. Betting on his development feels like a win for our front office, provided we avoid the trap of paying for potential rather than consistent, proven production on the field. We want to be absolutely certain we are investing in a future Super Bowl winner, and another year of sample size provides that necessary clarity. While I respect the perspective of those expecting an immediate signing, I suspect that a patient, measured strategy will ultimately prove to be the most beneficial outcome for the long-term health of our beloved Houston Texans. When we weigh the conflicting reports from industry insiders against the calculated patience required for a long-term roster strategy, the path forward for the Houston Texans becomes a testament to disciplined leadership. As Houston Texans fans, we should feel a sense of measured optimism heading into this season, knowing that DeMeco Ryans and Mcnair are prioritizing sustainable excellence over reactionary spending. And here's why that's a big deal. The organization is essentially betting on the talent they have already identified while ensuring that the massive financial commitment to a franchise quarterback remains grounded in consistent winning production. This approach preserves our cap flexibility, allowing the front office to continue building a balanced supporting cast that protects our signal caller. Rather than rushing to a decision based on outside pressure or a single postseason setback, the team is fostering an environment where earning a record-breaking deal is treated as the natural reward for high-level success. This creates a culture of accountability that serves us well over the coming seasons. If C.J. Stroud maintains his growth and takes that next step toward a deep playoff run, we will look back at this deliberate pause as the smartest move made in recent memory. We are effectively choosing to let the results on the field dictate the future of our franchise, which is the hallmark of a championship-caliber operation. Considering the perspective shared by Adam Schefter, do you believe the Texans should finalize an extension for C.J. Stroud before the season starts, or is waiting until next summer the wiser financial strategy for our team? If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Toro time. I'll see you in the next one.